Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone this evening? Good evening, good evening. How is everyone this evening? And welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. As a retired teacher, an author, an educational consultant, a jury consultant. Sorry, y'all, hold on. Let me know what's happening with this other phone here. As a jury consultant and a health consultant, I'm also a certified cake instructor. And I bring to you a wealth of knowledge and experience to our conversation. Each episode, we dive into topics that enrich your life from educational and personal development to health, wellness, and the art of jewelry. This is done by providing workshops and speakers and to come on and give you uh, knowledge about their business or a specific topic. And so join me as we explore inspiring stories, expert insight. I don't know what's happening. This phone. I'm trying to turn it off. I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to turn it off because it keeps popping. I've never seen that. It pops on. Okay. You know, when you live and you learn. You learn something every day. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so I want you to join me as we explore inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical advice to help you live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. So I want to again thank you for tuning in to Sweet Blessings, where every conversation is a treasure. So let's get started. So this is the beginning of the new series. Tonight we're going to learn about what is self-care. And you know, self-care is a topic. I also want to remind you that you can still get my other book. I'll also do that it's been like a series. You know, I talked last time about setting goals and all stuff. So now it's time for us to look at us as the whole being. And so tonight we are going to look at self-care. So what I am going to do is if it lets me, I am going to break for a commercial, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you what is self-care. We're gonna talk a little bit about it. I'm gonna give you a definition, and then we're gonna go into some other things. So I'm hoping that you'll find this a interesting topic. It is a topic that is near and dear to me, and it's a topic that most people just categorize as one or two things, but it has various aspects to it. So just sit back and enjoy. So let us have a little commercial here. All right, I am back, and I'm Anna. I am the host. I am the host of the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. I can't even talk tonight, y'all. Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. And I come live to you every Wednesday with a new topic. So I've been doing this series because a lot of people said that, my topics kind of flow. And so my first series was on personal development. And then this will be my second series. And throughout this, it'll probably be some people who are coming on to speak on different topics and for that. But let's get into the topic for tonight, y'all. What is self care? So, self care is a simple idea. It involves taking care of your health. Most people may agree with the idea, but do you practice them? Self-care involves taking care of your health, and most people may agree with the idea, but how many can name some elements of self-care, not to mention practice them? You can practice self-care better when you know what it is, what contributes to wellness and health, and how to identify and overcome barriers to caring for yourself in a meaningful way. So, what is the definition of self care? Well, self care includes actions you take to maintain or improve your health. Effective self care requires a balance that focuses on different aspects of health: physical, mental, social, spiritual, and emotional. And so I know if you know anything about me, you have heard me mention these things over numerous times because they're very important to me. And I'm going to tell you, most people, when they look at it, they just think health as a general term, but health involves all of those aspects: physical, mental, social, spiritual, and emotional. So, self care is not, let's talk about what it's not. It's not a luxury. Self care is not a luxury. It is essential to feeling and performing your best. Self care is not accidental. Self care is intentional and requires planning and awareness. And in my last series, I talked about intentions. What are your intentions? Here it is again in self care. Self care is not undirectional. Working on one's aspect of self care is far less effective than working on all of them. So when I say we want to look at the whole thing, we want to look at all of those areas. So you know that my series I'm going to give you a general aspect this evening. And then I'm going to specifically talk about each one of these areas and how you can get involved in these areas. Um, Physical, mental, social, spiritually, and emotional. Self care is not self improvement. It is a way to support yourself through acceptance and understanding. So, those are the four things that self care is not. It's not a luxury, it's not accidental, it's not undirectional, and it is not self improvement. So, let's talk about a few of these self care activities that you can do. And you should include these, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each one in each area. Um, so for physical, And some of these things you might be doing already, but maybe not. So you want for physical health, you want to begin physical activity, be active, physical activity. Now, physical activity does not mean rigorous. It just means that you need to be active. You need to move. You need to do things. And so that's why you see me, if you see me on YouTube, you see me doing motivational movement. I'm trying to move. I'm old, y'all. And so when you don't use, when you're when you're not active and moving and everything, those bones and all those things tighten up on you. When you're young, you can jump back. But when you're older, it's a little different. Okay. So you want to eat foods that are rich in vitamin, minerals, and fiber. You want to limit, this is all on the physical. You want to limit your sugar intake with food, beverages, fatty and processed meats, and fried foods. And you want to attend all scheduled and recommended medical appointments. And you want to get enough sleep, often 7 to 9 hours. Now, I'm giving you this advice, but I'm going to tell you right now some things that have happened to me in this physical era. So, being physical active, I was always active. And I can say that I was always active up until COVID. So, COVID put a different aspect on everyone. And so I got complacent and I stopped exercising. I stopped moving. And COVID lasted for a couple of years. So that was 2 years. And I mean, I was vigorously exercising 5, 6 times a week, 50 steps in a week. Now I can't hardly get 5,000, y'all. I'm telling you this story because I've had some health issues. And the health issues came from me not being physically active. And so maybe it was because I had been active so long. So, and then that stopping put a damper on it. The next one was eating food rich in vitamins. I've always been able to eat whatever I want. I'm still that way. I can still eat whatever I want. But as I reached a certain age, I experienced gout. And I don't even want to tell you, I was old when I got it. I had never experienced that. It's something I never want to experience again. But, they call it the rich man's whatever. But you get it from eating certain foods. So now I have to watch my diet. I can still eat whatever I want to eat, but I have to watch my salt intake. So I'm just telling you. Now the other things, the attending all scheduled and recommended medical appointments, I do that. I do that. And it's because that I did that, that's how I found out about my medical conditions. So most of the time, people wait too late. You want to catch it. Get you a doctor and keep your appointments. It's important. Okay. I'm telling you. So now let's go into the social health. I just preached on that one already. So social health, seeing friends and family in person for activities together. And I know all of us do this. We get with our friends during the holidays and all those other things. We're with our family. We do all of those things. So staying in touch with family and friends. So all of those things are under social. Staying away from negative social media. And I really want to add to that. Um, Staying away from negative people too. It might come along up in here. But, sometimes that negativity can bring you down. And so, but these are things that you can do. And they're not hard things, as you can see. They're not hard things that you can do. And most of these things, I'm going to be honest with you, I believe that most of these things people are doing, really. But, we just need to fine tune it, like up in the physical thing, like I told you my story on that. Um, I need to fine tune it. I know that. I realize that. And so it is up to me to do something about it. This is what self-care is all about. So mental health, let's talk a little bit about mental health. Challenge your brain, y'all. Do things, do puzzles, or learn something, learn a new language. Keep that brain active. Keep it active. Keep it working. Just like I told you when you quit exercising, when you quit using that brain, it stops on you too. Okay. So just keep working, keep doing the puzzles are great. I'm not really, I don't do a lot of puzzles. If I do puzzles, it's the easy puzzles. I'm not a puzzle fan. But I like the games, the games that are on your phone, and so I do play those, so and they're challenging to me, so I like them, and so I do play them, but you got to challenge your mind in some kinda, way, so between the easy puzzles and, the games and stuff like that, those are the type of things that, I do. Have conversations that go deeper than small talk. Have conversations that go deeper than small talk. So you want to have some deep conversations, some thrill conversations, some exciting conversations. You want to do all of those things. This is the next one is spiritual health. Now, spiritual health, I think that I'm a very spiritual person, but it says meditation. And I'm going to be honest with you, I struggle with meditation. And I feel like meditation is something that you really need to do every day. But I find it hard to. Well, I could sit back and just think, just sit back if that's what meditation is. But um, and I can be quiet for a little while, just relax. And if that's meditation, then I'm doing meditation. But to me, a meditation, I'll tell you my experience. I can't even think of this lady's name. Amy. I can't think of her name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But she used to come on every morning with meditation. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I loved her meditation. And it would wake me up. But, she moved and she's in Connecticut. And I think she went there and she wasn't on the time thing. It wasn't convenient for me. So I kind of got out of listening to her. So I have a health plan. They have meditation, and I've tried it. The ones with the calming music where you just sit back and relax. I've tried that, but I usually fall asleep on that. So, but you want to spend time in nature. Now, this is what I love nature. Now, I will say I love nature. So get outside. That's what nature is outside. Get outside. Now, a lot of you, and you can be outside different ways. Okay. Now, I like to go, uh, like to the nature centers and stuff like that. But that might not be your thing. Okay. You must find your niche, but you need to get outside. Okay. If it's nothing but walking in the neighborhood or, you know, you got to get outside. Enjoy nature. Enjoy it. The last one in this spiritual health is important. Embracing a religion or religious practice. Now, I don't tell people what religion or anything like that they should, because that's a personal thing. And each of us celebrate or practice religion in a different fashion. But it's important to me that you practice whatever religion you are. I don't care if you Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran, Jewish, Muslim. I don't care whatever it is. You need that spirituality in your life. So I'm saying embrace it. Embrace it. Some people don't go to church. I didn't say go to church. I said you need to embrace a religion or religious practice. And there's many ways that you can practice religion and embrace religion. Okay? So emotional health. Mm, mm, mm. Oh Lord. Practice relation techniques such as deep breathing. I guess I'm gonna have to do my. I might. Well, anyway, you might get some deep breathing exercises in this. And you remember, after this series, there is going to be a book coming out as well, another ebook, and this one will be on 30 days of self care. So you'll have something to do for the 30 days. Every 30, every day for 30 days. And by 30 days, you should be in the habit of it. They say it only takes 7 of being, to get in there. So let's talk about emotional um, health, and then we're going to take another brief commercial, and then I'm going to come back and kind of summarize what I have said on that, and then we're going to move into self care versus selfishness and overcoming the barriers of practicing. Okay, we'll be right back. Mhm. It's difficult here, y'all. Look at me singing with the commercial. I love that commercial. Okay, I wanted to let you know that I am a part of CTR Media Network. I'm a proud member of that group. It is a media group that is setting new goals and new boundaries owned by a young couple, and they have embraced me uh, in their endeavors, and so I am very, very thankful for them. And during this time, I also would like to let you know that I do come on other platforms. I'm live on Instagram on Thursday. So, and I do my jewelry on those days. So I just want to let you know that you can reach out to me over there if you're interested in that. I am also want to let you know this is my website. I have my bit, and so you can reach out to me there if you would like to ask questions or anything. But also, this is my email. So if you want to, perhaps you might want to advertise or sponsor or even have a commercial on my show. I do have packets for that. So if you're interested in that, you can always reach me there at my email. I also am always looking for people to be a guest on my show. So if you are interested in that, you can reach out to me either at my email, lasine1 at gmail.com or ctrmedia.com. Either way, you will be able to get in touch with me. But last but not least, it's 2 other things I want to do. I'm asking everyone who's tuning in to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I have it listed there. I'm trying to build my subscriptions there, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would do that. And then the last thing is that I am go live on Facebook. So that is my Facebook account there on my page there, so you can go there. And I also want to let you know that if you have any questions or anything, I do have a page, Sweet Blessings of Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. So you can always go there and leave a message or anything like that as well. All right, so let's get back to what we were talking about. I said I want to kind of bring it up, those things that I talked about back together. And so I want you to know that all of these self care aspects are related. They are related. For example, exercising regularly improves physical health by lowering the chronic disease risk and helping with weight control, but it also improves mental health and emotional health by promoting growth in a protein called brain derived neurotropic factors, BDNF, which improves cognitive functions and may reduce depression. That's what physical. So they're related, they're really connected, you know. Stress management techniques can improve emotional health by helping reduce anxiety and process emotions. But it can also improve social health by reducing strain on relationships. It can improve physical health by reducing unhealthy high levels of stress hormones and by preventing stress related headaches and muscle aches. Okay. And I'm going to be honest with you. People say, oh, I don't have, everybody's got mental health, everybody. We all suffer from mental health. You cannot say that you don't because you do. We all suffer from stress. That's under mental health. I don't know of anyone that doesn't suffer from stress. Anxiety, we all suffer from anxiety. And if you don't, I'm gonna give you one example. Have you ever been in school and had to take a test and you was nervous? That's anxiety. That is anxiety. So everybody suffers from mental health. And that's what I learned a long time ago when I first started this series, when I first started doing my podcast thing. And I always tell people I got into this because my mother developed dementia. And I was older. I really was in my 50s when she developed. I didn't know anything about dementia. And so it's a rude awakening. I know people think teachers know everything, but we don't. Okay. I didn't know anything about that. And because of that, it's the reason why I'm on this program now. Because I didn't know, other people didn't know. And so my purpose for my podcast is to inform people, make them aware of the things, these areas, and the things to help them in those areas. And let's not forget finance, because that's not even in this, but that's a part of all, the whole picture. So self-care versus selfishness, self-pampering, and numbing. Selfishness. Many people are reluctant to provide self-care because they think it is selfish to do so. They could not be more wrong. When you support your own health through self-care, you are more capable of helping or taking care of others. You cannot take care of others when you are sick, nor can you be your strongest possible self when supporting others if you're not emotionally and mentally well yourself. And I tell anyone that being a caregiver, see, I'm getting emotional. Being a caregiver is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do in your life. Taking care of someone that you love, watching them at their highest and then at their lowest. It is very hard. It's not only hard on you as a person mentally, but also physically. Research has shown that sometimes the caregivers pass away before the client or the person with dementia because that's how much of a strain and stress it is on that individual. And so you can never, ever understand sometimes until you have gone through that. Sometimes you have to be in the situation in order to kind of understand it. I know people understand it because as I got older, I used to hear my mother say things, and I didn't understand it until I got older. You have to mature a little bit before you can really get into it. And so, overcoming barriers to practice self care. Why doesn't everyone practice self care if it feels good, is healthy, and helps others? These are some of the possible barriers and some strategies for overcoming them. So after I go through this, then we are going to take another commercial break, and I'm going to come back and summarize for you, I hope. So, mm, lack of time. This is the first one. Overcoming barriers to practice self care. Lack of time is the first one. Cooking large batches of food on the weekend, doubling up on social time with exercise or taking classes to stimulate the brain, and adding self care activities such as meditations to your calendar so you can have time for them. So it's saying, look at what you do. Do you food prep? Because you can food do all of that, so you don't have to do all that cooking. So you'll have time. There's no excuse. You'll have time to put in that self care. The next one is no extra money. Did you all know that self care activities can be free? Did you know that? Well, they can. Example, include taking a walk. I love taking a walk. I really like walking. I'm trying to build up now my physical thing. I'm up to 15 minutes. I'm very proud of myself. Pat myself on the back because at one point I couldn't even do 5. Okay. So it's a work in progress. And that's all it is. You take small little steps each day. Small steps each day. No extra money is the second one. So, example, take a walk, cooking healthy meals instead of ordering pizza, asking for skim milk instead of whole milk to go in your coffee, and no whipped cream. Just things that you can do to pull back a little bit. Then you have stigma. How do you overcome that? Society too often values being stressed. People who are calm, reserved, time to exercise and practice a hobby, and sometimes says no to others' requests. So often unvalued. However, it is these people, the ones who practice self care, who better supports others. So I try to support others because I really and truly try to practice self care. And I'm telling you about the self care because I don't know about you, but I never got self care in school. Or, I mean, you're taught to some of these things, but I never really concentrated on spiritually was always in my life. Uh, the physical, I guess, was always in my life, but not to the certain extent as where is working on self care. You understand? So, not accepting oneself is the next one. Self care is not self improvement. It does lead to improve health, but only through accepting oneself. So you got to look at yourself, accept yourself, be honest with yourself. I'm honest. It took me a while. I'm honest with myself. I know that I got to get out there. I know that I got to get out there and exercise. I got to get out there and do all of those things. So you have to do them as well. I wanted to turn my phone back on, but I can't because it's doing so crazy. The other phone, it's doing some crazy stuff. Okay. All right. So not know how to practice self care. If you are putting off caring for yourself because you do not know what to do, I have some suggestions for you to help you get started. The first one is very hard. Drink 64 ounces of water. That's 8-ounce cups throughout the day. 64 ounces of water. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier than usual. That's not a problem with me. It's not a problem with me. And I had to build up, but I drink a lot of water. I really don't drink pop. Every occasion, I might have one or two pops, but I am going to tell you uh, right now that I really don't do that. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. I just decided to look at my comments, you all, and I just wanted to also let people know that people are commenting on here, even though I'm just not putting them on here. But I thank you so much. This is from Coffee Conversations with Sandy. And she says, "Hey, Coach Anna, great subject tonight." And this is from Dr. She says, "Congratulations." So I just wanted to let you know that you can also support me by sending stars. I forgot, I always forget about all those things because it's not about that to me. But I see it down there, so I guess I should I should mention it. Okay. So another thing that you can do to start practicing um, self care is buy brown rice instead of white rice. Brown rice instead of white rice. Visiting or having a video chat or a phone call with a friend. That's the social, getting into social. And I know most of us don't even have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, we are going to take a brief commercial. And these are some of the events that is coming up. Uh, that the new series I talked about, and also my book my ebook and the ebook is $5. Here we All right, so when you see that, we're almost at the end. So let's kind of summarize or clear up a few things. Being mindful about self-care can make it more effective and more likely to be sustainable. Paying close attention when you try your new self-care activities can help you notice how you feel. You might feel more energetic within days after starting sleeping more. Immediately start to have a better mood after talking to a friend, or feel a burden lifted when you scheduled a recommended medical appointment. These good feelings can motivate you to continue that type of self care activities when you are ready. So I want to thank you this evening for listening to me. In the coming weeks, I will be talking on each one of those areas that I talked to about this evening, whether it's physical, emotionally, social. One of those areas will be the topic of next week's thing. And at the end of this series, um, I will be having another book where it'll be a 30-day book of self care activities that you can do. Uh, I don't. I feel like I cannot do this without giving you what some tools to work with. So that's what it'll be. It'll be some tools to work with. Minimum cost is only probably $5, and then I might give away a couple. You know, have a little contest or something. Like that. It's always fun to do stuff like that. I do that with my jewelry too. But I just want to say to you, I'm very grateful for you this evening, and I hope in some kind of way, y'all, that I have inspired you. I hope that in some kind of way I have encouraged you. And I hope that in some kind of way I have empowered you to live a fulfilling and blessed life. I always end my lives anytime I'm on with my 3 L's because those 3 L's to me signify what these areas, these 5 areas that I'm going to be talking about. First one is live. Make sure you live your life to the fullest because that's important. And so self care should be part of that, fulfilling your life to the fullest. The second one is to laugh. Oh my God, laughter. Laughter is good for the soul, y'all. Y'all know when you laugh, you feel better. Ooh, and sometimes it be a good laugh too. I have laughed where I have cried. Okay. I mean, it's just, and then there's other times I don't want to laugh and somebody come along and make me laugh. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But laughter, that's the second. The last one is love. We can't live without love. Love is so important. And in the Bible, it says you should love everybody. So that is your task, is to love everybody, but make sure that you love yourself. I hope you all enjoyed this evening, and I will be looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a blessed one.